7 days ahead for week 5 and our first Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. Very interesting, very exquisite in time. So next we are in our first Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is in Aquarius. So this Mercury retrograde we are talking about all about truth and closing chapters and all this craziness of what is happening. So a lot of truth is coming out during this Mercury retrograde, and also a lot of what else is coming out is closing chapters, putting things behind. It really depends on which house your Mercury retrograde is landing as well. So for Monday next week, from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to do in my YouTube channel, link is in the bio, for each sign, each astrological sign, a little reading ahead for this Mercury retrograde. I'm going to explain on which house is your Mercury retrograde in Aquarius is really landing, and how it is going to affect you, and how to get best out of this Mercury retrograde. This Mercury retrograde will last until 21st of February. So it's 3 weeks. And plus there's then a little bit of shadow time or shadow side there until it goes back to direct, like fully direct. So anyways, that's kind of news. And also what happened today as in Guilty Calendar, San Bridget's, it's this creation time. So if you haven't put any seeds down, perfect time. We are moving out of this full moon of Leo energy, the first full moon. But regardless, it's a great time to start to put the seeds, including because of the Mercury retrograde. So next week ahead, week 5. Let's see what we have. I'm going to pick a deck reading for us, as I do every Sunday or Monday, sometimes we do Mondays. And you can pick your deck and we can see what is lying ahead for you. So I'm going to scoop the camera down so you can pick your deck. So we are deck 1 with Amethyst. Deck 2 is with Tourmaline, and the familiar Lisa Parker's deck is that one away, with a clear quartz, the 3rd deck. Now I'm going to shuffle this deck and give you some time to pick your deck. The timestamps would be listed below. So we could get overall energy for you. I've also asked to pull another deck out for you. Just a second. There you are. As an advice. So let's get to it. I'm gonna shuffle this deck now as well. So they're actually asking this as an overall energy for you, and the other one for advice. And it actually makes sense because the Spirit Item Oracles are very good for advice. If you watched my full moon readings, they're up in YouTube as well. Link would be, if you're watching it in Instagram, link would be in bio. You can just go on my page and find that out. Which crystal? This one. Okay. So we start with deck 1. I'm going to push these ones a little higher. So it is our Amethyst. I'm going to shuffle these. Yeah, there's definitely some significant changes happening for you. A lot of truth coming out. There's a lot of truth coming out in the month of February. A lot of things will be relieved. People are starting to talk back and talk like take stuff out. Yeah, it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. So let's cut the deck. Now, can we get overall energy for group 1? Can we get overall energy for group 1? What is this week's energy? Oh, okay. So we have divine timing. And we have grounding. Okay, interesting. Let's see. We're talking on Monday with 9 of Wands in reverse, with 8 of Wands in reverse. So this is kind of saying you could be taking time out on Monday. Stop fighting, stop. Yeah, this is an energy where you might be like a grounding energy here. You might be just deciding to take time out from work. If you're working from home, you might decide to actually go out to gardening, go walk, just go to the mountains, just do something but really grounding for you. You're letting your guard down a bit. You're just sleeping in, lying in, taking time for a little bit to kind of recharge your energy. I also have a sense here that something is going to come into culmination. So you can kind of feel that you can breathe out. And you're just like, you know what, I'll take time for myself to kind of regroup myself a little bit. Because there's certain things that might have not fallen into your place as you wanted to become them to become. So you're taking like a time out for that. So we have Tuesday, we have the moon in reverse, yeah, and the Son of Swords, or it's Knight of Swords. So with the moon here and the Knight of Swords, this is like, it really comes, so there could be something culminating where you're like, I need to take time out and regroup myself, like I said. And you're starting to understand that you don't have the whole answers about them. So you're going in to find out the answers. You want to know a little bit more about the certain situations, also about your emotions, because the moon card is here, a Pisces card, and Pisces is coming up next now in February, very, very soon. You're really starting to feel your own intuition as well, and trying to understand why you're feeling this niggling feeling that something is not right, that things are not as presented to you as they should be. You want to know the truth, you want to get the knowledge, and I sense that Tuesday you're ready to you have this aha moment, to kind of find out a little bit more about the situation. There is certain secrets, or you feel like someone is holding an information from you, and you want to go after to find out what it actually is, why is it there. So with Wednesday we have an Ace of Cups. And we also have the Chariot. Yeah, another Cancerian energy here. So I do sense the Wednesday you will have, like, if you were asking questions on Tuesday, you get the answers on Wednesday. And you will start to fully more taking control of your situation, or whatever certain situation it could be. Like, you can put it in every aspect. But I found it that usually this overall energies, you might have a same situation in differently presented happening in your work and in your personal relationship or friendship life. It's like if you're if you start to pull parallels, there's like 3 lessons happening at the same time. So you could have an epiphany in your home about talking about your kids coming out with that they are doing something differently, or they want to study something different that they have planned and then kept in your secret. Hidden from you. It could be also to do with family, but you can sense it. And it's the same thing with work. Some kind of a secrets will be revealed at work, and you're really taking charge of your own environment, and you fill your cup. You're just working with your intuition to kind of really help to boost it a little bit more further. So this is a very kind of a nice solid energy there, but it's giving like you're starting to take charge. You're really starting to see where you could head, but very strong intuitive senses here. This divine timing, this grounding, that you're really connected, your divine, your third eye, and you're putting your intuition into this ground where you're starting to kind of see the bigger picture ahead of you. Okay, so Thursday we have Queen of Swords here, truth, and we have Five of Swords. So you can see through a certain type of situations and conflict where you are ready to move forward. You're don't want any more hang on it. You take charge of resolving certain situations. Okay. Like I said, if there is anything coming this week, seems to be that you will have this kind of a reveal, and you start to kind of see how you could move forward with the situations, what you're facing. It could be a relationship that you feel that you maybe hold back in your relationships, and you're just kind of going Tuesday to kind of a little bit of root around. It's like, what's the story, why you're so quiet? And then they say like, well, I'm a bit scared, we're going too fast, and I don't know how to pursue it. And then you have this heart-to-heart conversation on Thursday where you stop having this kind of a conflict, or it's not even a conflict, this misunderstanding that what are we doing here, where are we going, why is there this kind of a bit of a hit and miss here. Let's communicate, and you're solving the situation at the end of the day. It could be also to do with work, that you understand that there is something happening underlying, and when you realize you sort it out in your head and how you can make it happen to you, and by Thursday you have a very clear clarity and truth understanding in it. And let me remind you, with this Mercury retrograde, we are talking about that a lot of truth is coming out, a lot of things that have been held back are coming forward. This heart-to-heart or strong conversations. A lot of exes are coming back, by the way. So a lot of us would be facing a lot of our exes. But it's not all about that either. So, but it's just the closing the chapters in that way. So Friday, we have Ace of Pentacles, and we have in reverse, and we have 10 of Pentacles on upright. So yeah, I do sense like an opportunity you have had before. It's going to present themselves again. If it has been a family issue, you're going to solve the family issue. If it has been a relationships issue, you're sorting it out. If it has to do something with the business and money wise, it will sort it out. It seems to be that you go after what you deserve after finding out what has held back to you, and you're solving it with coming out with the truth, and you really release this kind of situation to the betterment of yourself. I do sense if you're very worried about retrograde, release it. Ground yourself, stay grounded very strongly. Don't get a really kind of move away with this emotions. Don't let emotions to kind of carry you forward to something in a far future, or just to kind of overwhelm you a lot. Now, I also seen the divine timing card here is now they're talking to me about this divine. I was wondering what it is, but there is something. Basically, this whole thing is now is right for your divine timing. Some things are coming in, what you have manifested from the past, but they haven't been coming in because they weren't ready. It wasn't the right time. So now it does come in. Okay, but this week there is going to be solutions, finances, work solutions, anything very material thing what you can nearly touch in a 3D is starting to come in. And this is where your manifestation, because the timing is now right. You have done so much release and so much work, and probably even during this full moon you have really taken a charge of your own environment and your intuition is in spot, and now it's time to move forward. So we are looking at the Saturday. We have King of Wands. What amazing energy again, taking charge, feeling fantastic, being nearly your own boss, really showing off your flocks. Like, I mean, like this Python is showing off it's the wings or whatever you call them. This is taking charge and feeling amazing, feeling like you are in a position to be where you are. I do sense Saturday would be the day where you're really showing the world, things are falling into place. If you want to be employer, you're starting to see how you could open it for you. So, and the Sunday we have, Knight of Pentacles. So definitely things are you're starting to planning mode. You're starting to create with the King of Wands. You're starting to see that you can lift that project or whatever it is, even a relationship, you can lift it up and move forward. You're taking charge of the situation in your life. So there's a lot of moving past of any past obstacles or secrets, and stop people treating you in kind of a way of that they need to hide things from you. You can trust your gut, you trust your niggle, and you would be moving forward very quickly. They are not telling me that I need to pull you this card instead as advice. Can I put this one instead back in here? Okay, thank you. So, okay, we have Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, helps us in the supply. Yeah, there is guides around you, and there's guides around you, there's spirit around you. Look into synchronicities, because they are always around you. They guide you now. They are the ones who give you the niggle. You need to trust your niggle, okay? And trust your path, okay? What a fab. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Okay, so there are a lot of people around you who are there to guide you. A lot of spiritual guides, and oh my God, trust your niggle. Like this, I couldn't make it up. What is niggling feeling trying to tell you? That this is the advice cards for you. They're asking for a shell. Okay, and something inside the shell. Okay. So trust your paths. You are on the right path. The timing is right. You are really surrounded with all those spirit guides right now for you. And I mean, these spirit guides are very high who are coming in your path, and very old who are coming in your path. I mean, old, like it could be like Goddess Artemis, or like we talk about Saint Bridget's time, if you're Celtic or shaman, like believe in shamanism. But these are the old kind of spirits from far long time ago, who are old souls around you, okay? And don't really necessarily feel like you're ancestral, but more like very old timers. Yeah, from our past, okay? So this is really trust your niggle, trust your path, you're on the right path, and you're surrounded by the guiding light. That's all I have, group 1. This was amazing, a magic, a lot of good, great messages coming through. So I will hope to chat to you soon. If not sooner, then definitely next Sunday. Come back in here, and yeah, hopefully earlier in the morning. So group 1, you're done. I will be going to group 2 now. And my nose keeps running and running. Now let's reshuffle my cards in here. Let's just say it's, and we move into a group 2. Okay, that's your group here. Group 2, if you were picking this Rider-Waite Tarot for the tourmaline, let's get your overall energy. And we get overall energy. Okay, we have 1 card. Creativity. Okay, I'm going to put this card here. And while I'm reshuffling these cards, I'm going to get messages from this card. So, creativity. You are very creative. The word is creative. It's creativix. There's a lot of soul path work with what you're working on or creating right now, and not only for yourself. It's funny this card is coming up. There's a lot of creativity actually pushed at this very moment in the universal energies. If you look at the Schumann resonance, it kind of comes up and down, and it's kind of meant to be happening. So people would get their vibration very high, and the one way how we can really, when we get very high, is to draw or dance or like perform creative. Now, whatever about social media and Instagram and all that, for me, I love TikTok, because it's like, I have a daughter who's 9 years old, and the creative stuff she creates in TikTok is amazing. For someone who is that young, yes, sometimes they're a little bit inappropriate, and I have to call her out. Like, not inappropriate on that she would show her skin, but it's more like it's a grown-up joke which she doesn't fully understand, and I have to, like, Mia, that's not actually age appropriate, and I have to explain why, or why isn't it, and have this kind of an understanding there. But at the same time, the humor, the creativity, the dancing, like, this is where we're really called to actually exchange it. Now, you could be totally disagree with me, and that's by means your opinion, but like, it's a lot of creativity has been put into the universe. The resonance of the hertz, the vibration of the earth is going up and down, and because it goes up and down, when we work with creative powers, it's easier for us to flow in and out of it. Okay, it could be yoga, it could be anything physical, even go into the garden, put your hands in the ground and moving the earth round, putting the seeds in. That's all creation, and we have to kind of really dwell in it, at how much of creation we're putting in there. So let's got this deck. Okay, so you're very okay. Now we have Monday, Queen of Cups. Okay, and Three of Wands. So yeah, Monday there is definitely feeling that very uninspired, very feeling like you don't really know where to go, and it's quite natural. You might be very uninspired of the world around you. Some of you might be very tired of being locked up in a house during the lockdown, but some of you might be just the whole situation, the February, the coldness, or in Australia, the heat, if you're in Southern Hemisphere, it's just blocking your kind of a flow, and you're feeling really like, nah, I don't want to really do anything. You're feeling very kind of low in vibrationally, energetically, emotionally mostly, because if you're emotional very low, we tend to kind of let that to overwhelm us a little bit, so we're gonna get a bit iffy, a bit bitchy. Tuesday we're facing Eight of Cups and Page of Pentacles. So there's definitely a return on something. For Page of Pentacle energy here, it's you return to some type of a project what didn't took really grow legs. Okay, like if you're feeling really kind of uninspired on Monday and Tuesday are like, but like, what could I do to inspire myself to move forward again? What is there? So you're kind of maybe picking up a book of, or your old, if you're an artist, your old sketch out, and you're starting to doodle, and then you're like, oh yeah, I could do this, and you finish the project, then you get a little slowly back into it. So you're kind of finding back into your inspiration on Tuesday. I should actually check the planets on Tuesday. I'll do that in the end. I'll put it in the description box if there's any kind of planetary shifts as well during the Tuesday, and definitely check out, because in group 1 there was a shift on Tuesday as well. So Tuesday definitely check out the Schumann resonance as well, because there is something culminating on a Tuesday's day where we're starting to really kind of see the hope again. Oh, hello Robin. Oh. So Wednesday we have 4 of Wands, so definitely a bit of an imbalance here. But Wheel of Fortune, release. There are shifts coming in, so you actually need to feel, I don't know what was happening during your full moon reading, but you definitely have, we have like a 3 of Wands there in reverse, and it goes to in a 4 of Wands reverse. there's a karmic cycle in your environment what is actually making you very imbalanced, and you need to shift that. So this is where you're feeling so overwhelmed, so uninspired. Now you might have to release certain people in your life, certain things, certain attitudes, but mostly with the 4 months, I want to say people, but I truly want to see it's more like this harmony in your life what is caused by your own behavior. Okay, this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is saying, are you actually so fully clear, or are you putting yourself back in this a vicious cycle of disharmony? Okay, so you're gonna go back, sort out some situations. Could be a relationship as well. That you're going back into your texting your ex because we have Mercury retrograde and we all do, and you find yourself being back in this vicious cycle of, or ex-boss also. So you find yourself in this cycle that you're kind of going like, do I really want to go back to there? Do I really gonna go back into this hardworking artist, or do I really want to go back to this dull job, or do I really want to go back into this relationship where I continuously had to prove that I was worthy to be in this relationship, continue to be creative to kind of attach myself in there? This is kind of seems to be that there is like people involved in this kind of communication because they're outside, and you need to sort out, do you really want to go back into the same cycle? So on Thursday, we're looking at the Temperance. Again, a lot of disharmony. I'm not taking fully charge with the 6 of Wands. This comes out like, are you there for the glory or the betterment? It's like I do sense if you're feeling very uninspired and kind of a bit traumatic on Monday, Tuesday you return to your ex-boyfriend and let's try again this relationship, and you're Wednesday you're kind of questioning, it seems to be the same cycle again. Then are you going out for an image, or you actually, because I do sense you're going to be putting it up because you want to make show other people how fabulous you are, or how just to put on a show that you're happy and everything's fine, but you're entering a lot of ways back into this karmic cycle just to feel victorious, not just so you don't have to feel lonely and alone during this pandemic, just so you could validate of certain situations in your life. Are you they're more about how it looks outside than you feel inside. With the Temperance card here, these are Sagittarius energies, so you could have a Sagittarius placement, or you could be dealing with Sagittarius, but it's really strongly saying to me right now here that you need to reevaluate, okay? Because it seems like you're doing it for image rather than how other people see you, rather than how you actually move forward. So even if you decided to go back and start again your YouTube channel or your TikTok channel and be creative and get creating content, it's like, are you doing things that are not actually fitting your profile? And I have three actually YouTube channels myself where I'm creating content to, and considering a fourth one. But that's what I'm saying, like, seems to be kind of you can so easily get lost in that by creating a content what is actually not even in our values. We just show it, just do it just so we could get more followers, but it's actually not truth to ourselves. We don't hold on to that truth. We're getting into this vicious cycle again where we are actually we're nearly forcing things to happen so they could happen. You know what I mean? So on Friday, we have the Emperor and we have the Sun. These are very strong cards. Both are major arcana cards. But there's like this, you do get the results. Even putting back hard work in and maybe going out of your comfort zone in certain things on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, as as you're self-employed or a person who is doing the things for themselves, you kind of get this happy moment there. You see your hard work paying off. but it is kind of also coming with the price that you, with the Emperor card coming in here, it says, don't sell yourself short. Don't sell yourself for wrong reasons, okay? Try to find the light within you, because it is kind of coming in. These are very strong major arcana cards. You find this kind of a joy and happiness. I do nearly sense like you're like, oh, thank God, it's Friday. Kind of this energy. But also there is a lot of good news coming towards you during Friday about your little venture, okay? You might be gaining a lot of followers. You might get a new, I don't feel an opportunity. I more feel like you're kind of getting this a job opportunity, could be as well. Or you get kind of a past the hard part of your relationship. So you're kind of starting to commit a little bit more. There is a good news. If you're wondering about the relationship and you're like, oh, will I go back? Oh, I don't know. Have a heavy conversations in Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday. There is this a little bit more commitment coming through, okay? Like, I'm not saying Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are going to be difficult. Tuesday could be a little lighter. Wednesday, Thursday, there's a little bit more of difficult energy where things are a bit off balance, okay? First, they're off balance outside, and then they're off balance within you. Now, you're coming out of it with the good news, but it is a bit of a heavier energy here, okay? It's here. It is kind of coming like much stronger and strong-minded person. It's the Aries energy here. A lot of fire in this, a lot of passionate fire and creative fire is actually Leo. We have Leo, we have Aries, we have Temperance very strongly, we have a lot of Wands here. So there is a lot of creative energy in here. So if you're creative, you might be struggling a bit, but you will be fine, okay? And Friday we have Ace of Swords, so new communication, new contracts, anything new is Saturday is like a new communication, new contracts, new mental clarity as well of new ideas, where you want to head, how you're going to be pursuing what you want to go ahead. There's a lot of kind of a fresh, abundant energy coming in for you on Saturday. If you're kind of getting like a little bit, like I'm saying, if it's to do with a relationship, you might be finding yourself that you have a fresh new communications on Sunday with that your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your partner, whatever it is, whoever they are, and have this kind of clarity how you can move forward, okay? Some new perspective, new ideas, new business ideas, including not as passionate, not as creative, they're just a thought pattern, like a brainstorming, but not really putting any kind of too much effort in it. So you could be like, if you are a content creator, you might be really working on Saturday with your next week's or next month content. And on Sunday, we are facing a 10 of Cups in reverse. Now this actually, people are like, oh no, 10 of Cups in reverse. This is kind of says a really inner happiness and what makes you happy. So you kind of, on Sunday, you're nearly taking on the whole week, and where you have been outside was in balance and inside was in balance. And even so, you kind of found the kind of a happy news and happiness on Friday, and you had great day on Sunday to brainstorming and having these conversations and making things very much clearer for you. On Sunday, you are making an inventory within yourself and emotionally what that week has taught you and where would you be heading on the weeks coming. So it's a very kind of another very clear, kind of getting a clarity a bit. So let's get advice for group 2 for the week ahead. Group 2, can we get some advice for the group 2? Ooh, we have soul family. Call in your tribe, you don't have to do it alone. This is it. Like if you're creative and you have any kind of a similar people in your life, use them, talk to them, have your soul tribe around you, let them to kind of give you advice a bit, not fully advice, I don't feel like advice, but support, more of the support, because if it comes to relationships, you don't really want too many people to be around to give you advice. You actually want to have more soul tribe to support you while you go through it, okay? Also, we have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. So have time out for yourself to really kind of understand what's happening. And inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Okay, so inner temple, just really trust your gut, trust what you're doing. Just see, if you're feeling overwhelmed, go within yourself, okay? And there will be some hard kind of answers and questions for you to take on, but you will be fine this week. This is the whole main message, okay? So this is all I have, group 2. I hope it resonated with you. If you liked it, I hope to see you again if not earlier, then on the next Sunday. Thank you so much for joining. Now, we are gonna go to now group 3, this familiar tarot. Now, let's get you first overall energy for group 3. Let me get some overall energy for group 3. Slow but steady. Okay, I don't know, can you see it? Slow but steady energy. Now, while I shuffle, I'll take the energy from the card and I'll explain this card a little bit more for you. Don't rush anything. It's pretty much obvious. Things need time to grow. If you plant a seed, you don't expect to have it roots by the next day. Things need to culminate and germinate a bit. If you have facing a conflict, don't expect things to go forward. Let people to breathe and have a digestion time on what has been said. Don't force the conversation or your opinions on others. They need to understand a little bit more before they just jump into any kind of situations. Take time out. Be slow and steady this week. Don't force anything to happen, okay? Cut the deck. Now, Monday, we have 8 of Swords and we have 10 of Wands. So definitely you have had some kind of situation over this weekend where you're too much in your head. There's something not worrying you, but you don't see an out of situation what you're facing. You want to end certain situation. It could be a work situation, you're working too much. There's a situation where you are carrying too much of a load and it overwhelms you quite a lot. Okay, so Monday you're definitely going to feel very overloaded. It could be like, I'm homeschooling kids. Another example, I'm homeschooling kids and I'm working in for myself. It can take 4 hours to go through the whole homeschooling while I'm cooking dinner, cleaning house, doing my work, and it is overwhelmed. And sometimes you're kind of going like, when is this going to end? I need a breather. Kids need a breather. We all need a breather. So this is kind of the energy here. It's like you're feeling like you're getting back into this cycle, this endless cycle, what never seems to end. On Monday, Tuesday, we are facing the Ace of Swords. There is a communication happening about this imbalance. Okay, there's definitely you're going to be. I sense it's like you're going to other people and tell them this is not doable. This is, I need help, I need support. It's not what I have signed up for you, okay? But you have to kind of remember that nothing happens overnight. And even when you decide to talk about it, look, I need help, this homeschooling or whatever the situation is, the situation overwhelms me. It could be finances as well. It's just something that you feel that you have no control anymore over it. You can't, it overwhelms you, it takes you down, and you have lost the balance and confidence within yourself to move forward. So this is where you're having, Tuesday, I do sense you're going to have this conversation with someone outside, or you're going to be asking help to solve the situation, to find this kind of a balance within you, okay? On Wednesday, we're facing Knight of Cups. So yeah, someone is coming in with the King of Pentacles. Someone is coming in to offer and to kind of take a bit of a more charge in your life, to maybe take the, like I'm saying again, an example, this I'm just taking an example, take the kids, or let's say if you're in a relationship and you feel that you're carrying too much of a load of this and it wears you down, then they take a charge. They will come in with not fully apology, could be apology, but they're a little bit taking the load off you. They kind of financially might be supporting you a little bit more. Like I was saying, it could be finances. You kind of find the relief there, or the things are going to shift a little bit on Wednesday. Not going to say it goes away, but there is like a little bit support coming to you. On Thursday, if you're facing Queen of Cups in reverse and Nine of Cups as well. So it is, if you have on Wednesday this kind of a position where you're kind of getting a little bit of relief, you definitely will feel, I can't speak anymore, feel on Thursday that you're tired, you're emotionally very exhausted, your cup is empty, and I do sense you kind of want to nearly sleep. Emotionally you feel drained, you're nearly a little bit like overwhelmed as well. You feel like nothing has happened in between. You kind of seen a bit of a sign there, but you're back into the same square one of, this is very similar energy for what you've been in Monday. Now it's more for emotionally, because I don't feel that there is any kind of it's like emotional baggage is coming after. Like, you know, when you're in a shock situation, it's like something happens, an accident, and you just put your emotions on the backside and you put your kind of an action mode on. You just, like, it's a flight kind of a mode, not flight and flee mode, not a flee mode, but it's like you're gonna get into fight. Like you're ready there to take action, and you just wrap up broken heads, and you're not really worrying about emotions, and these emotions are going to culminate on Thursday and hit you. Okay, so there has been a situation you're kind of resolving, you get some kind of solution for it on Wednesday, and Thursday it's going to hit you in the face and you feel exhausted emotionally. Your emotional body is like, I don't know, I want to eat big 3 tubes of ice cream, watch Gilmore Girls all day, even if you're a man, and just weep and cry and be just emotionally just really work through, release what I can release. Okay, so Friday we are looking at the Empress. You're coming back very strong for the Five of Pentacles. This Five of Pentacles is actually saying you're coming back and you're going to solve out all of this situation of your finances. Yeah, you might be a little bit broke, but you can start to create where you could invest and do things for your betterment. Okay, this Empress card is coming back. You're really going as a temperance here. You are solving your situation. If you look at this card, the Temperance is unicorns, and they're upside down. It's mare and hare, is it? I can't say. It's a little mother and a child, and it's similar here with the Empress. You have solved the situation. You're like taking the charge. You're really putting everything in a perspective, and you're starting to work out of your situation with the Five of Pentacles. You're starting to make a change. If it is to do with finances, you're sorting out the finances. If you do the relationships, you're there because you had the day to really chill out and cry and eat 6 tubes of ice cream from breakfast to dinner and add some crisps in between. You really are Friday kind of emerging back out as like this big woo-ha coming to the light. Saturday we're looking at Six of Pentacles, so there is some give and take coming in. There's definitely, you're working on Friday on your change, and Saturday you can start to see the growth. Okay, you can start to see the plan or where you can go ahead, what you can do to come out of the situation, and the things which you have asked during the week are really starting to show off on Sunday as well. On Friday with Saturday, I do sense could be a family situation where you really do a lot of work. What I see here, some of you, it's very specifically for some of you, it is a family situation where one side of the parent feels that, or one side is feeling that they're doing a lot of work and they're not being supported by their other half, and even coming in and out and asking the parent, like the other half, to kind of step in and take a charge and help them out, they seems to be falling back into their like this past patterns again and again and again. And for Friday you're just, this needs to change, or I'm leaving, or I'm taking charge and you can leave. And a Saturday you can start to see that your points which you have made this week are starting to kind of pay off. And we're coming to the Sunday, this hangman, there's definitely change. There is kind of a end of compromises, the end of the situation. You're ready to move forward. You're not holding back anymore what other things have been holding you back in past. The hangman is a very significant energy here again, with coming in as saying, yes, I want to do this. I don't want to be held back because I am the only one who's taking care of the home. You can start to see that you can move forward with the energies to start to make significant changes in your home life. We have advice, Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. So if you feel any kind of depression or not dark night of the soul, kind of like fed up energies, this is the energy here. This is actually divinely guided. This is the point where you are starting to raise up and raise higher in your vibration, and that's why you feel like so blocked and locked. Now this is could be, like I'm saying, this hamster thing. When I, just a year before I had my Kundalini awakening, I have been putting tarot for a good 7 years by that point. But I felt in one point of this, that was 4 years ago, that I couldn't, I was like in a hamster wheel. I just did the same thing over and over and over again. And that was a point when I went to get my Reiki and energy healing done. Both of them, the Reiki practitioner and the energy therapy practitioner, said to me, there is a significant change coming in your life. If you want to get out of that hamster wheel, this is the point presented to your life right now, so you could break a certain patterns. And you need to do that. You, like, this is why you feel this way, because it's now this time, this is guided for you to break a certain patterns, because you need to ascend. You need to get your, sorry to say, together, okay? That there is things what need to change in your life, and you're literally hitting the wall because it is divinely guided that you need to hit the wall. Otherwise you won't understand that you need to grow, okay? And we have Imara. Where are you being called to journey to? So this is another thing. This is where the kind of a Sunday energy is going, like, where do you want to really head? If you ever feel doubtful that maybe it's in your head, it's like just kind of saying, where are you being called to journey to? Where do you feel you need to be? Is it in here, in this kitchen, stuck? Is it in that boring old job? Or is it this course which you hate? Is this relationship which you don't feel loveless? Where are you being called to journey to? And the last advice card is trust the niggle. What is niggling feeling trying to tell you? So these are for you, group 3. And that's all I have for you. I'm gonna pull this card up. I'm losing a light here. Look how dark has it come. So Mercury retrograde readings are starting to go up tomorrow morning, and they are gonna go by astrological sign from Aquarius to Capricorn, and I'm gonna go through each houses and gonna pull out some guidance cards for you from the tarot. Like I said, every reading, there are not personal readings, they are general readings, so they might not work with all of you, but they will resonate with some of you. Anyways, it's getting very dark and I'm looking like I'm Batman, and I hope to chat to you soon. Hope you're enjoying this reading, and I'll see you tomorrow. If not, then next Sunday. Bye.